This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Let us help feed your family.
Welcome back. Now let's see what Kyle and Duane are discussing today on Plain Talk.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk with the guy that always says mirrors don't lie, but luckily they don't laugh, Duane Toews.
You know, the older I get, the more wisdom there is in that statement. Recently at a uphill challenge, I was at an event, and it was down in the valley. Only the car was parked up on the hill.
Well, that was bad planning.
Yeah, going in, it didn't seem like such a big deal at all.
You just roll right down that hill.
Middle of the afternoon, walking back out, it was much more of a factor with my weight and or out of condition-ness.
Two things. Number one, you're never going to that event again. Or number two, you're never going to get talked into parking at the top of the hill.
I got to get this media thing figured out.
Yeah, it's like if you can't talk your way into a good parking place,
well,
you probably shouldn't even be.
There wasn't even a guy there with a gun or anything holding me up. I really
somebody
don't.
with a suggested flashlight or something.
No,
like
I mean
that.
there was nobody guarding the drive.
And you chose to park there.
Voluntarily chose to park there.
Everybody that is number one disappointed in Duane.
It was just like I was a sheep. I followed the rest. The guy in front of me pulled in and parked. I pulled in and parked right beside him.
But just think, if you'd have pulled down, would everyone else have followed you?
The guy behind me might have followed.
Yeah, and then you'd have led a riot, and everybody'd have been mad, and it appears you survived.
I did.
Yeah.
Your fact or fiction question of the day, Kyle Bauer. The Continental Divide runs from Alaska to northwestern South America. Fact or fiction?
Northwestern South America.
Correct.
Continental Divide.
Continental Divide.
That would mean it's a divide that divides a continent. Oh. Well, I've always thought it's like, okay, the water runs to the East Coast or the West Coast. I always thought that was the definition of a continental divide.
There's the Gulf.
And you said, what's on the north? You said Alaska?
Alaska.
Well, you know what? As I think about it, if you said all of South America, I wouldn't be sure, but clear to the northwest corner. It only has to go in there like 4 feet, and I win.
4 feet.
So I'll go with true.
Well, it says it's true, but I'm not sure whether I should cry foul or not.
Why?
Well, there's that Panama Canal. See,
the Panama Canal does the same thing because they raise the ships up like 100 and some feet, don't they?
I know, but now there's water that can pass from one ocean to the other.
No, it can't. It does not pass.
It doesn't pass through?
No, there's a lake at the top.
Oh.
And they have to catch enough water from the rainfall at that lake to run that canal. If that lake goes dry,
there's no more
canal's
business.
Done.
Really?
Yes.
Well, good thing we sold it back to them for $1.
Before they figured that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, before long. Actually, I think they built a second lake somewhere in the more recent future, might have been 20 years ago, because there was that worry about, if that lake goes dry, you're just out of luck. They did
it's hard to collect fees if boats can't go through.
Yeah, people aren't all that willing to pay at that point. So let's see. I've got something that's kind of interesting too. Is that we've heard a lot about greenhouse gases, and if we would all stop eating meat.
Oh.
It would cut greenhouse gases way, way, way down, right?
Well, that's what we've been led to believe by mass media.
Right. And this source is Johns Hopkins University.
Seems like a reputable outfit.
Well, it doesn't seem like they would be leaning one way or the other. And so they said that Meatless Monday, so that means just not eating meat on one day a week, saves 156 pounds per year of greenhouse gas. And it's like, well, I don't know. How
in
many
the
pounds.
U.S.?
It's like
156 pounds?
Right.
That's all?
Year. Well, that's pretty much what it adds up to. By the way, that would equate to each of us driving a half a mile less a day. If we drove 1/2 mile less a day, it would equal the same amount of greenhouse gas
savings
as by eating 1/7 as much meat as we do in a year.
Really
half a mile.
Doesn't sound terribly logical to me.
Well, it doesn't sound like very productive, that's for sure.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. See you next week on Farm Factor.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.